Hello, everybody. Green Effect Podcast, Season 3, Episode 32, live on the air. No shortage of shit to talk about from this past week. Quite the week that we had. I got some personal stuff going on. We got Apple doing their thing. And then, of course, we've got the usual crap that, hey, Trudeau never, ever leaves us with a shortage of material. So let's get going. Crazy week for me last week. I really wasn't home very much, to be honest with you. You probably saw my social media, attended the Zoho conference. Shout out to the folks at Blue Mortgage and Zoho. This is really my first time doing a conference like this where truly I'm a business owner, we'll say, and I can really make my own changes and grow my business the way I want to and stuff like that. So it was really exciting. 2 full days in Toronto, which I don't know, man. We gotta stop putting stuff in Toronto because it's just so damn expensive. But the folks from Zoho, honestly, they made it amazing. Like it was a great show. Meals were provided the whole bit. And just quick shameless plug. Listen, if you're a mortgage broker, agent, or someone working at a bank and in mortgages and you want to make a change, talk to me, man. Our processes and technology are pretty incredible, to be honest with you, and it got made even better this past week. So anyway, first time going to a tech conference, lots of swag, lots of swag, lots of water bottles and mugs. Stickers were very popular, and notebooks, right? When you go to a tech conference, it's like water bottles, mugs, and notebooks, which is kind of crazy with notebooks since you're at a tech conference. So shouldn't they be giving out like iPads? Just throwing that out there for anybody. Anyway, other thing we had last week, and you probably saw all over my social media, golf tournament season has come and gone. Thank God. Love going out to these things and just sitting at the hole, to be honest with you. People are like, why don't you golf? I'm like, seriously? Why do I want to drive around like a golf course, hitting the stupid little ball, getting in the cart, going to the next one, doing it again? I'm not a golf fan at all. Love the tournament thing. I've said this a couple of times. Why don't companies do it where, okay, you got your hardcore golf guys, right? They golf 3 times a week or whatever. Let them shoot 18, right? Have a shotgun start, 10 a.m., right? And then for the rest of the hacks in the world who are only doing it because they want to get hammered on the golf course, do 9 holes and they start like an hour and a half later and coordinate it some way, or I don't know, put them on the putting green. I don't know, do something like that. Because honestly, I've golfed in these things before, man. They're like 18 holes. You're in a cart with 3 other people, and listen, these golf tournaments, let's call it what they are, right? They are networking events, totally. Do I really want to sit in a golf cart with 3 other people for 4, 5 hours because the damn golf is so bad? Like, seriously, I've networked after an hour and a half. That's it. Let's do it for 9 holes and call it a day. I know if I like you or not after an hour. Do I really need to sit there for 5 hours and then go have dinner with you? Like, seriously, if the deal's not closed by an hour and a half, it's not gonna fucking go. Like, just call it what it is, okay? Anyway, or someone write this down. I've got an idea. Can we not do speed dating golf version? Is there a way to set it up so you do 18 holes? What's 18 divided by, okay, 9, 4.5? I don't know. Could we do like every 6 holes you switch? Speed dating for golf. Somebody write this down or trademark this because that could be the newest thing. Speed dating for golf. You switch around your cart people every 6 holes. Oh, that would be great. That would make 18 holes manageable. Anyway, had a great time, met a lot of great people. I'm telling you, a lot of business gets done on the golf course as long as you don't have to sit with the same person for 5 hours. Anyway, so that was a lot of fun. What else happened last week? So, okay, and I have a conspiracy theory here. So Apple comes out with their new iPhone, okay? iPhone 15 Pro Max, whatever. I'm an Apple whore, whatever. I haven't updated my iPhone in like 3 years. All right, I'm probably gonna upgrade. because I've been waiting for USB-C. Dude, I am one of those guys. I've been waiting for USB-C. All right. But I've also been holding off for a few years. So I don't upgrade every year. Like, there's not enough to upgrade every year. And honestly, the way they make phones now, they seriously last 2 or 3 years. Like, there's not enough. Oh my God. Look at this engineering marvel. I've got to have it. We haven't had that for a while from Apple or anybody, really. Like, I mean, unless you do some crazy ass shit, it's really not worth it to upgrade. It's not. So I think 3 years is enough, right? You know, you get the USB-C, you get the high refresh rate. Now I'm seriously going like cell phone nerd on everybody, but anyway, I'm upgrading. But conspiracy theory, are you ready for this? I don't know if you read this or not, but man, the EU, like they are, European Union is freaking on stuff, man. They're like calling out Apple on USB-C and all this other stuff. So European Union came out and basically said iPhone 12s are giving off a lot of radiation. Okay, now I think we all knew. Listen, I'm Gen X, okay? Since day one, when we had the whole big brick phone from AT&T or who was it? Well, Cantel. Remember Cantel, AT&T? Oh my God, I'm old. Anyway, we all knew these phones gave off radiation, but now the EU is coming out and saying, man, these iPhone 12s give off a lot of radiation. I'm thinking, if I'm Apple, I'm like, EU, keep talking, baby. All these iPhone 12 people are going to drop their iPhone because they think there's a lot of radiation and go buy another one. Like, thank you, EU. You have just saved us a lot of money in marketing. Man, I thought about this the other day. Here I am. I'm an iPhone 12 guy. And listen, I'm not switching because of this radiation article. Maybe I should know, but I'm thinking it's very timely, just from a conspiracy perspective thought. Okay. All right, let's get into, I think, the reason why a lot of you people listen to this podcast, the economical update. Man, where do I even start with this? And for those of you watching on video, you're going to see my head swivel because, as you know, I got enough monitors here to land the freaking space shuttle. So, all right. So, before I go down to economic update, I want to throw something out at you, something else that I've been doing the last few weeks. Listen, every household, I will say this, every household is going through penny pinching, okay? We're all trying to figure out how to save money so we can afford $10 bricks of butter, okay? We're all going through this. I'm getting tires put on my car today. I'm going to feel a little lighter in the pocketbook afterwards. So, one thing I've been doing the last few weeks, and maybe this comes into what I was doing at Zoho as well, you know, I'm trying to find cheap alternatives to stuff that's probably always been there for free or included with another package plan, or, you know, can I make some compromises, okay, technology wise. I think tech, subscriptions, phones, all this other stuff, I really think it sucks money. Like, it's quite expensive. Like, uh, people used to upgrade their phones every year or two. Well, I'm waiting for 3 years to upgrade my phone, as an example. Okay. Uh, just this past week, I think I saved about, man, well, over the last couple of weeks, I'm gonna say I probably saved about $100 a month just in shit I didn't need or I could find alternatives for, right? Like, and a big shout out to Zoho again, where we're Zoho One clients for the business. So we moved a lot of stuff. Like, we got rid of 1Password, right? That's like 10, $15 a month. Moved our mail over there. That was another $50 a month because obviously we're increasing staff numbers, we're growing our team. I got rid of my Microsoft subscription. Like, seriously, no one needs a Microsoft subscription. Like, so many free or really super cheap alternatives to Word, PowerPoint, Excel. They're all out there. Like, I've been playing with the Zoho platform. Seriously, someone call Zoho. They gotta be paying me for this promotion. uh, there's a lot of free stuff. OneNote is free now. Okay, for those of you who are on Mac OS, listen. Microsoft OneNote is free. Microsoft Outlook. Remember, people used to pay like 300, $400 for Outlook. It's free now. Like, you don't need all this shit. I just got an email this morning that my Disney Plus subscription that I've been getting for free for 6 months is up for renewal, or it's going to start costing me money. I'm finding somewhere else to get it for me for free. Like, seriously. So I think we're seeing a lot of this from people where they're trying to cut back a little bit, really, okay, to try to make ends meet, stuff like that. But we should have been doing this a long time ago. Like, really, why were we paying all this money? Maybe I'm having my own little epiphany here on a show, but we seriously don't need all this shit, and that's what I'm kind of going through right now. So, and if you're a mortgage client or your mortgage has gone up in value or your cost has gone up or whatever, find ways to save, man. Sit there and be like, check your credit card bill. Be like, how can I save this money? How can I not spend this money? Right? Because there's a lot of cheaper ways to do it. So, all right, on that note, let's get into, again, I think why you guys all come to this podcast as opposed to listening to me talk about other shit. So, all right, federal government, God bless them. Like talk about the engine that could, eh? Like, think about a story of somebody who's trying to fix all their epic screw ups, and there's probably not a way to do it, but they're darn well trying. Yeah, let's talk about that. So, federal government, JT, Disney Plus lady, and the rest of the bad news bears have come out and said any newly built rental units will be GST exempt. Let's walk through what this means. Okay. We don't have anywhere for people to live here, man. We really freaking don't. Like, there's no room at the inn. Okay. So what the government's trying to do, which is not insignificant, I might add. I mean, completely, completely late to the party. This should have happened 10 years ago. Or when did these clowns get in? 8 years ago, right? This should have happened 8 years ago. And I think he may have promised this at some point. But what they're saying is if you are building, starting today, by the way, no backdating, of course. Why would we do that? And I'm sure there's probably loopholes there where people could take advantage, but whatever. Uh, if you're building a newly built, purpose-built rental project, and I don't know the details, 2 units, 100 units, whatever, but if that's what you're doing, and listen, it's a politician announcing something. He probably doesn't even know the details, or they're going to make it up as they go. But if you're building a purpose-built rental properties, multi-residential, they're not going to charge the GST. Okay. And again, that's the federal portion, which I believe is at 5% now. I don't know how much it is. It doesn't matter. But because we have HST, which is a combination of GST and PST, so federal tax plus provincial tax equals the harmonized. I don't know what harmony is about an HST, but there's HST there, which is both provincial and federal. So they're saying they're not going to charge the GST anymore, which is fantastic. Okay. Again, late to the party, but fuck, at least it's happening. Okay. So how much is this? Well, how much does this actually mean? Like, how much does this cost? Like, is it just like, when you go to pick a store, you go to some store and they're like, oh, Leon's, no tax this weekend. Okay. But let's just see what this is on a scale perspective. So for those of you who are listening and not watching, I'm just pulling up my calculator. That's what you're going to hear with button pushes. So I don't know. Let's make up some numbers. Let's say it's a $5 million project. You're going to buy for $5 million. And let's say 5% is the GST, if that's what it is. So if I'm building a $5 million project, okay, I'm going to save $250,000. That ain't chump change. Well, maybe to some people, but that ain't chump change. Right? It's $250,000 that you're going to save on your $1 million project. So good on them, right? Completely freaking late, but at least we're starting somewhere, right? As we go into a recession and nobody can afford anything and immigration's at an all-time high. But hey, I guess better late than never. Like, is JT and Kathleen Wynne, are they friends? Because this is like right out of the Kathleen Wynne playbook, right? Let's not forget, if I can just bring this one a little full circle for everyone before you all think, oh my God, this guy's a genius, he's going to waive GST. What are the Liberals down? Like 28% or 26% in the polls? Well, what do you do when you're a politician? Damn, nobody likes us anymore. He's probably sitting back saying, wait a second, I'm a good looking guy. I'm supposed to, like, get no problem, get votes. No. Liberals are down significantly in the polls, and now they're going to do what they should have done years ago. Okay. They came out very recently here in London, I think it was. I think it was, if it was the same spot, but they came out and basically announced that they're going to be injecting $72 million in housing or something like that to build, like, I don't know, 250 homes. Like, or it's more than that. It's like maybe 20. I don't know the numbers. So folks, take this with a grain of salt. I didn't have this up on my screen when I prepped for this call because who knows, it's all crap anyway. But they basically said they're gonna come out with, here's the funding, go build some homes. Like we need like a gazillion homes, 3 point something million to make sure that everyone can live somewhere. But here's the money for like 2,500 homes or 250 homes or something like that. So, you know, it's one of these things where, crap, we suck in the polls. Everyone thinks we're assholes. So that rhymes. Holes and assholes. So let's just, say that we're going to do all these cool things to try to save money. Because let's face it, the one thing the feds can't do right now is slow down revenue sources. They need the money. Like, did someone take away the ink cartridges on the Epson? Because they've slowed that down as well. Okay. So again, not an insignificant change, completely late to the party, but at least they're starting somewhere. Nice, right? 8 years in, and let's start somewhere. Perfect. All right, the other part that we're seeing too is where's this article? Basically, people don't really want to live here. It's like, how do I put this nicely? So I guess permanent residence applications are down significantly. All right. Dude, people don't want to come here. People are coming and leaving. This is not good. Not good. And so when your whole platform is on immigration and bringing people in and stuff like that, well, it's kind of not good if people like all of a sudden, I don't want to live here anymore, right? Or we're going to go somewhere else. Like, I have never been marketed more to on my social media for not Puerto Rico, my bad, Panama and Costa Rica, right? Like, people are leaving in droves, and maybe people don't want to live here anymore. And I'm looking for the article, and again, maybe take this with a grain of salt, like everything else I've said on this podcast. But people really don't. Applications are down. Like, people don't want to come here. The word's out. It sucks to live here right now because of the economic conditions, right? And I think I've said this on a podcast before. As a Canadian, I've never seen a situation. So I'm like mid 40s, okay? Man, we used to wave our Canadian flag like it was the most proudest thing out there. I've never been in a situation where I've seen us as Canadians not proud, not happy. Like, all-time low. If they did a survey on engagement to our country nationality, it would probably be at an all-time low, to be honest with you. I'm a proud Canadian, totally. But man, we look stupid on the world stage. We really do, right? And it's not a good place right now from an economic perspective where think about this. You have grocery stores milking you, pardon the pun, that's good, write that down. You got grocery stores milking you for profit. Just think about that for a second. And a government that's not stopping them. Just think about that for a second, okay? Why would you want to live here, right? You don't even live paycheck by paycheck. You live like paycheck by less of your paycheck. Like, it's insane. So less people want to live here. It is what it is. Word's out, man. Right? And I hate to compare us to the Americans because I think, big picture, man, Canada's just a nicer place to live. It really is. I love going to the US. I seriously do. I hit up my Target. I hit up Kohl's. I hit up my Olive Garden, and I bring home a ton of my Caribou coffee. Love it. and sports are second to none. It is what it is, okay? But would I ever live there? No, not a chance, right? But I look at what they're doing down there. Canadian rents are up like a lot. Like we all know rents are skyrocketing. It's supply and demand, dude. It is what it is. And that's why the government's coming out with this GST rebate. Again, late, but it's coming. In the US, they are building like a bunch of crazy people. And their rents are not up. In fact, we may see rents decline in the US. Think about that for a second, okay? They're not jacking up immigration. They're not, okay? Their immigration is like fractional to ours. And I'm not saying that's right or wrong, but you got to act according to what you got. Like, it is what it is. So, we'll see what happens with all of this, but less people want to live here, man. And this, I think, when word gets out that Canada is revolting against international students, shit's going to get worse. Like, people may want to less live here if their kids can't go to school here necessarily. Like, I don't know how that's going to all connect, but you can see where you kind of take it all, throw it in a pile, and you almost want to light the pile of shit on fire because it's crazy, crazy stuff. So we'll see what happens. Finally, on the topic of I can't find the damn article on the internet, but I know I read it on social media, CMHC came out with an article. I think it was CMHC. And they basically said that, dude, we need like 3.5 million homes by 2030 or we're fucked. Like, is there any other way to put that? I probably could have put that a lot nicer, but basically you got to start building homes, guys, because otherwise we're in a lot of trouble. A lot of trouble, okay? In fact, and again, I can't find the damn article where they basically said by 2030 we could see house prices increase by like 83%. I know the number was 83%. I thought that's kind of a weird number. So we could see house prices increase by 83%. Go to social media. I think I posted it there, but again, just another example of where how does that go? You're telling me I live in $1 million house. You're telling me I don't. But you're telling me if I did live in $1 million house, it's going to be worth like, how's the math go with that? 1.83 million in 7 years? Perfect. Hold all your real estate. And I've been saying that. Hold your hard assets. Okay? Hold your real estate. It's crazy to say, but if you can do it, hold it. Very, very important. All right? You want hard assets when shit goes sideways in the economy. Okay? That's another podcast. I did one with my friend Tom Karadza from Rockstar probably a few years ago during COVID when we started the Zoom thing. So listen into that episode if you want to get more info on hard assets and holding those. All right, well, 23 minutes of gibberish. I think that's enough, right? All right, if you have more questions, please let me know, okay? Again, you know the drill here, okay? Like me, love me, follow me, desire me. 5 stars. 4 stars don't work, only 5, okay? And other than that, if you have any questions, if you have an existing mortgage and you need some advice, maybe there's a cash flow issue, guys, that's what I'm here for, okay? I can help you with this, right? That's my job as a mortgage agent, okay? Until next time, keep fit, have fun.